You ever wonder why Tiger Woods spent so much time working on that one-handed tee drill? Most golfers try it at some point or another, but most people don't understand what they're doing, and as a result, they completely miss the magic. That's why you continue to miss putts that you ought to make. Well, don't worry, because in this video, I'm going to help you understand exactly what Tiger was doing with that drill, why he did it, and how to do it so you'll get to making more putts instantly. Here's the deal. This drill is all about controlling the one thing that truly matters, and that's a square putter face at impact. That's why Tiger did this drill, and you're going to find if you'll watch this video and do the exercises that I suggest here, not only will it help you control the face with the putter, but with your irons and even with your driver. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to first understand that your dominant hand, at least for Tiger and most golfers, their dominant hand is what controls the putter face. And I want you to get a feel for keeping the face square with your right hand. We can talk about different types of putters. It doesn't matter. You keep this hand square to the target line. Don't open or close the putter face during your stroke. You'll roll the ball on the line and you'll make more putts. So let's talk about how to do that. And it's really simple. Set up about 4 feet from the hole. Find a relatively straight putt, straightest one you can. The one I have here is not perfectly straight. It breaks about that much from my right to left, but close enough. And grip your putter, set up and grip your putter with one hand only. You know, and you can put both hands on there and take one off if you want. But you want to make certain that you're gripping the putter, not up here in your fingers, but down here, all the way down. I try to grip it as high as I can up on the pad of my thumb, but no fingers. And you're controlling the force, the speed and distance. You're feeling that with the palm of your hand. And you're also keeping that palm square to your target line. So what you do is you line up on those 4 footers and you make certain that you have a good posture. And I want you to have palms out, and then you can rotate your hand for your grip, but keep this elbow pit pointing straight at the sky. Or as you'll notice, palms out, turn that, but my pit, when I take my stance over the ball, is pointed straight at the camera, go at you this way, and my elbow, the top of my bicep is touching the edge of my rib cage. Not back here at the seam of the shirt, not out here, but right in here, so that I can make a nice connected stroke. You're going to feel like you're powering the putter with your core, with your chest or your abdomen. Some people feel it in here between their shoulder blades, but if you do this for a good length of time, you'll start to feel the little muscle tightness in your core. That's how you know you're doing this right. But now set up, take your normal setup, and simply one hand stroke the putt. You may practice a little bit. You're not using the tees yet. We're going to get to those in a little bit, but no tees for now. 5 balls, 4 feet from the hole, and work on rolling this and do this at least 20 putts, but until you can make 4 out of 5 pretty routinely from this short of distance. And what you're working on as you're doing this is feeling the weight of that putter head, feeling that putter head release. And let's talk about release. When I talk about release, a lot of people feel like that's, flipping their wrist or breaking their wrist. And what that does is wrong. All that does is turn your body, turn the putter face, and unless your timing is absolutely perfect, which it isn't, nobody's is every time consistent, you're going to pull putts to the right or to the left. So you don't want to do that. When I talk about a release, it's simply that moment in your stroke where you feel the putter head pass your hands. Like you'll notice here, let me back up, make sure I've got that in the camera for you. You'll notice when I start my stroke, my hand is a little bit forward. Now I have a big putter face and my putter's shafted in the rear. Back here, if it was a heel shafted putter up here near the front, my hand would be in front of the putter face. And release is when you make that stroke, that point where you feel the head of the putter has passed your hand. But you notice my wrist angle hasn't changed. This is turning it. This is not a release. That is not a release. Release is keeping it straight up the line and feeling the weight of that head pass your hands. And you're using that weight, you're feeling that weight just with the one hand, making a smooth connected stroke on these 4-footers just to make sure that you feel and learn what it feels like to control this face and keep it square with your hands. Let me pause here for a little thought that may help you understand the release better. Butch Harmon always told Tiger Woods, release the toe, but don't release the heel. So he wanted Tiger to feel like the toe was releasing because Tiger used a putter with toe hang and it was heavier here. And he didn't want him closing the face, but he wanted him to feel that putter passing his hands and that face being square. That's what you're going for while you're rolling in these 4-footers. It may help some of you to think about release in terms of a swing set, not a windshield wiper on a car. A swing set, not a fish flopping all over the place. Once you've done those from 4 feet, I want you to back up to about 30 feet and do the same thing. And you're hitting the ball at the hole. You don't have to make them. I just want you to get a feel for controlling the putter face and the stroke that you're making for a 30-foot putt. Now, once you finish that, then you take out the 2 tees and you put them down just as wide as your putter head. Don't add much extra space in there. You know, if I pull it all the way to one side and touch one of the tees, there's just a few millimeters on the other side. Just enough room for my putter to go through between those tees. And then I want you to step up and do about 15 or 20 strokes, just like a normal putt. Go through your routine, set up, and make about 20 strokes between the tees, not touching the tees. Cool thing that this will do for you is it'll tell you if your setup is right. Because if you're too close to the ball, then your arms are going to want to push out away from your body, and that'll cause you to nip the tee that's furthest from you. If you're standing too far away from the ball, that's going to cause your arms to, your putter face to arc too much because your arms are having to move too far inside. And what will happen then is you'll nick the tee with the heel of your putter. So you get through that where you can move it through there consistently without hitting the tees and no ball. Now you know that your setup is right. Make sure your ball position is what you want it. For most people, that's a little bit forward of dead center of my stance. For me, that's just barely forward of my zipper. For you, it may vary a little bit, but somewhere in that area. Now you got your setup correct, and you start making those strokes. One hand again with the ball, and you're going to use 5 balls and 4 feet, 4 feet away from the hole, and you just make that stroke. Roll the ball straight up your line, feel the putter head pass your hand without a wrist flip, without breaking down your wrist. Just simply feel the putter release, pass your hand, and do about 20 of those. Obviously, you want to make as many as you can. You don't have to make every one, but do 20 of them where you don't hit the tees, and then add in your second hand, your offhand, and work on doing the same thing. 10 or 15, let's say 20 with one hand and then 10 with both hands. And you work on that consistently. It'll take about 500 repetitions to where you get absolutely rock solid and you've mastered this. I don't want you to be bored and go out and count exactly how many you stroke, but 500 repetitions is 2 or 3 hours. Don't do that all in one day. Do it over 8 or 10 30-minute sessions. You'll get the feel, It'll help you understand how to control the putter face with your trail hand, how to keep that face square to the target. Not only will you roll more putts, but that will instantly improve your pitching and chipping because you get the concept of controlling the club face with your hands and keeping that club face square. So now that you have an understanding of the purpose and how to do it, go out and try this drill with that thought process and that expectation in mind. You'll find it makes a lot more difference and you make more putts. And you know the rest of the drill. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Check out this video on the screen now. And here's to you holding more putts. Here's a little bonus clip of me working on the one-hand drill from 30 feet. And it takes a ton of concentration to manage the distance with one hand and to make certain that you're keeping the putter face square. And you notice here I don't make any, but 4 out of 5 of these are acceptable. They're all inside of 2 feet. And when you get to where you can do this from 30 feet, then you're ready to work on it between the tees. Again, try it, it really helps.